Well, the impeachment inquiry into President Biden from the House of Representatives is now underway. And one of the key players is going to be Missouri Congressman Jason Smith, chair for Ways and Means. He joins us on KCMO Talk Radio after Speaker McCarthy, of course, made that announcement yesterday. Congressman, appreciate you being here on KCMO. Let's just start off with how this changes what is allowed, what you can do on the investigative side compared to what you could not do prior to launching this impeachment inquiry.
It's great to be with you. What this impeachment inquiry is going to allow, it's going to allow us more tools in the arsenal to get witnesses to come before Congress to answer questions. I asked for the Speaker and push the Speaker to move forward on this an impeachment inquiry because this administration continues to obstruct our investigation at every turn. As the investigation has moved forward, we've seen more information has come to light incriminating Joe Biden and his family's foreign influence peddling scheme, and the American people deserve to know the answers. And by doing this, it will allow us to come forward. Since we released the two IRS whistleblowers at the end of June in the Ways and Means Committee, their testimony, we've sent 16 different investigative requests and letters to the Biden administration, and we have only seen obstruction throughout the whole process. In fact, we had to subpoena 4 witnesses from the IRS and the FBI to demand them to come in just in the last week for questioning.
So so you say more tools to now move forward and that you have been blocked on some of the investigations you've been trying to do on this front. Is there a thing or two in particular that you've been blocked on that you now have an ability to do more of a deep dive into on the investigative side that this impeachment inquiry now opens for you?
Yeah, well, let me just say this. This may be the first time in history that a special counsel was appointed in order to obstruct a congressional investigation. There is no question that the special counsel was appointed to obstruct the congressional investigation. Now this administration says Congress cannot continue its work because of the special counsel's ongoing investigation. That has left us with no choice but to open an impeachment inquiry to use our full congressional authority to get to the facts. We have documentation from just the 4 witnesses that we subpoenaed and we've interviewed in the last week, Pete, that have confirmed the whistleblower's October 7th, 2022 meeting where at that time, Prosecutor Weiss said that he could not bring charges in other venues and other jurisdictions unless he got approval higher above him in the Biden's Department of Justice. Not just the 2 whistleblowers have said that. These 4 individuals that we have subpoenaed have said this. There has clearly been obstruction in the Department of Justice from folks higher up preventing the tax felony crimes against Hunter Biden for more than $1 million in taxes owed that Hunter Biden is due to the federal government.
So Jason Smith is joining us, Missouri Congressman, chair of Ways and Means. He's going to be instrumental in this impeachment inquiry that was launched yesterday into President Biden. So ultimately, right, it's about the president. I mean, Hunter, I don't care what your political leanings are. I think we know Hunter clearly used daddy's name and, broke the law and did all these different things for influence peddling and whatnot. But how do you get it and how do you tie it back to Joe? What does this allow you to do to potentially see what the president's involvement was in the family's business?
There's numerous ways that it ties back to Joe. We have text messages, we have emails, we have WhatsApp messages, we have whistleblower testimony, we have Hunter's laptop, we have Biden video about him demanding that the Ukraine prosecutor being fired or they would not release $1 billion of of funding. However, that Ukraine prosecutor, guess who he was prosecuting? Burisma. Guess who got on that board within 6 months before that public statement? The president's son. And guess how much money he received for Burisma for getting on that board? Over $2 million. Let me tell you, where there's smoke, there's fire, there's a lot of issues, and there's a lot of things that are tying it up to President Biden. This isn't an investigation about Hunter Biden. This is an investigation about President Biden.
All right. So what's the timeline, Jason Smith, in terms of now that Speaker McCarthy has opened up the impeachment inquiry? What can we expect here over the short term and long term, and what these timelines look like?
We're going to continue to follow the facts. We are going to get the information that we've been demanding for the last 9 months, now with these added tools to push this administration. We've had the Department of Justice continuing to say they cannot give Congress additional information because of this special counsel that they've set up. They cannot give information because it's investigation. This will prevent them from obstructing Congress, and we can get down to the bottom of all these facts.
Where are the Republicans at large in the House on this? I mean, some are saying the Speaker should have put this to a vote. Did he have the votes? Did he not? Where is the Republican caucus at large on this impeachment inquiry as you talk to your colleagues there?
Let me remind you, Speaker Pelosi never did a vote to go to an impeachment inquiry on Donald Trump on both impeachments. So that shows that you don't need a vote, but there's overwhelming support of my colleagues. Myself, Jim Jordan, and Jamie Comer have been investigating these issues for months now, and they are standing behind us. And you know what? It's not just that, Pete. The American people are standing behind us. In fact, CNN came out with a poll on Sunday saying 62% of Americans believe that Joe Biden was involved in his son's business peddling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was a damning poll. There's no doubt about it. So ultimately, when people here in Kansas City are saying, well, what does this mean? You believe that this gives you, and this will give you, the tools to get to the bottom of this in a timely fashion in a way that you couldn't by issuing subpoenas and getting people in front of your committees who have been previously avoiding you. Is that the synopsis that we can get out of this, Congressman?
This is going to allow us to have a swifter investigation.
Okay.
Will this administration continue to obstruct? I absolutely believe that they will. But now we have the power of the courts that will make it stronger to be able to force them to bring this information to us.
Well, Congressman Jason Smith, we'll be watching very closely. We appreciate you fitting us in on what I imagine is a very busy morning, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being here.
It's great to be with you. Take care.
All right, Jason Smith, chair of the Ways and Means. Good to have him on KCMO Talk Radio.